What is up, YouTube? Happy Halloween. Today is November 1st, so Halloween was yesterday, but hope you all having a good weekend. I am an alien, so let's see, what are we gonna talk about? I hope the audio is good. It's so hot in this mask, but we're gonna record a video. We're gonna get it done. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about happiness and fulfillment. A lot of people feel like they need to reach. Okay, this is hot. Nah, this is too hot. I cannot do this one. Hold on. This should just too. Okay, anyways. So today I wanted to talk about happiness and fulfillment. A lot of people feel like, and I felt like this way before too, that happiness is something that you have to reach, like you have to work towards it. And like me personally, it was like, oh, okay, like I'll be happy when I get this or when I get this. And then it's like, or even being like satisfied with yourself and proud of yourself. Like for me, a lot of the things it was like, okay, once I achieve this, I can be happy, I can be fulfilled. And then you achieve that thing, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is it. What's next? It's like you're not really satisfied. And that's good and all, like with work and whatever you're doing, like whatever your passion is, but in terms of happiness and fulfillment, it doesn't need to be like that. You guys can't even take me seriously with this shit on, can't you? Anyways, yeah, that's something that you can reach, or not necessarily reach, because you don't have to like go out and look for it. You have to look for it. You have to look for it in yourself. And maybe that's a cliche thing to say. Maybe a lot of people tell you, oh, it's okay, just find it in your heart, like just be happy with yourself and focus on yourself and all this stuff. And it might be a cliche because it's true though, like because a lot of people say it, like there's some truth behind that. And that's what I want to talk about today, is that like for me, I wouldn't say I've found like a lot of fulfillment. I'm getting better at that. And I feel like I've talked about this in other videos, but you just have to really enjoy life and appreciate what you have and where you are in this moment. No matter if you're feeling bad, no matter where you are, like even homeless people can be happy. Even people who are starving can somehow find it in their heart and their spirit to maybe not necessarily be happy, but to enjoy life. And I've mentioned this before also, like happiness for me, this is my opinion, you don't have to agree, but I don't really strive for happiness anymore. I don't try to be happy on a day-to-day basis because one, we're not always going to be happy. Things happen. You're going to be happy, sad, in the middle, angry, like emotions come and go. Like there's extremes, and then eventually we calm down. Or even if we're happy, you're not going to be happy all the time. Like when you get excited about something or something good happen to you, it's like, oh yes, great. That feeling, it depends really what it is, but that feeling of happiness, like it subsides. Same with every other feeling, same with those emotions. And so in thinking about that, I'm not gonna lie, I like Will Smith said it once, but he was like, oh, I don't try to be happy, I try to be at peace. And I don't follow Will Smith a lot, but like that was some real, like that was a really good insight into life and how to live more. Because if you understand that some days you're going to be feeling sad, some days you're going to be happy, then I feel like we should try to stay in the middle. Because in the middle, it's like you're calm, you're yourself, like you don't necessarily have to have that feeling of happiness to enjoy life. Like being at peace and looking at everything and with like two open eyes and not seeing the world with any preconceptions or anything like that. Like staying in the middle, like not in opinions or whatever. You do, like, you think about what you want to think and whatever. We're not here to talk about that, but I guess emotionally and in your mind, and maybe even spiritually too. Yeah, spiritually, of course. Being at peace is something that I don't think it's something too hard to achieve, or not even achieve, but like I don't think it's a hard state of mind necessarily to get to. I mean, it can be difficult. Obviously, everybody goes through different things, and you might have a lot of stuff you need to work through and think about. But once you work through those things, not in the sense that, okay, I put all this stuff behind me, but once you start thinking about things, and really, I feel like this is a whole web of ideas and mindsets and insights and perspectives, but I feel like something that helps with being at peace is not thinking about things that you can't control, and I've talked about that in another video as well. But okay, my headphones are done. But like, yeah, if it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be in your mind. And I've mentioned in another video, I don't want to go too long into this because I have that other video, but like things like with situations with other people, if somebody wrongs you, like, you don't have to forgive them, but like I don't think you should stay upset or angry. I used to growing up as a teenager, like I would be very moody and angry and stuff like that, and I would just, like, when I would get really angry, I'd be like dang, I don't like this feeling, like this anger, like, I don't know. And it's like, why do I want to put energy towards that? Because it's not benefiting me, it's not making me feel any better. So I feel like in another sense of living life is like, you don't have to, or you shouldn't put energy into things that are not benefiting you. Not that everything should be benefiting you, but also like things that are hurting you. Like, why would you want to put energy into that? Why would you want to waste your energy being upset at something that you had no control over? Or like, yeah, like I said, if somebody hurt you, like, still you don't have any control over them. But like, again, like, these things are maybe dependent on situations, but I feel like you could get through most of these situations. You could you could say, like, at peace with these situations, if you realize what you really have at stake. What did you do? Like, what was your part in that situation? Like, what did you have control over? And then what didn't you have control over? And then the things that you did have control over is like, okay, if you made a mistake or if you acted truthfully. Again, I'm talking about like in a situation, let's say two people, friends, whatever, argument, whatever, someone did you wrong. Think about what you did in that situation. Was it true to yourself? Like, would you do it again? Would you act that same way? If that's true, then okay, then you don't need to necessarily worry too much about it. Obviously, if they're your friend, like, whatever, this is a whole different conversation. I'm just saying it as an example for not thinking about those things that you can't control. And bringing that back to peace, I feel like that really helps you get to a peace of mind, because when you're not sitting throughout your day thinking about things, like thinking about things that went wrong, thinking about things that happened yesterday, 2 weeks ago, like damn, bro, I can't even believe that happened, like they did that to me, or dang, this person at work or this customer like hurt me, or I was like angry, whatever, yelling, whatever the case may be. We have the choice to put our energy where we want to, meaning that we have the choice to keep thinking about the situation, or to simply like let it go and just let it pass. I feel like if you take a step back in life, meaning in your perspective and how you view the world, instead of trying to control life and direct things, or even expecting things too. Like I'm basically saying all my videos right now, but like expectations is a big thing too, because if I'm expecting the day to go a certain way and it doesn't, then I'm gonna get disappointed because I had that expectation. But it's like, why did I have that expectation? Like, everyone knows how life is. You can't control what happens to you. You can't control what happens on a daily basis. Like, random things happen all the time. You might be feeling unlucky, lucky, like that's just the way life is. And maybe that's a hard reality to take in, or to really realize and accept, but it's the truth. And so, in seeing that life is full of random moments, good and bad, and everything in between, once you see the world as that, and instead of going into life like trying to make something happen in the sense that I expect this is gonna happen, I'm gonna go do it, unless it, like I'm not referring to like going to work or like achieving things, more in the sense of expectations, I guess. Really, like, oh, the day didn't go the way I wanted to, so I'm sad now and my whole day's ruined. Like, if something happened in the morning, something bad happened in the morning, or something bad happened at work, and then you get home, and then it's up to you if you want to let it ruin your day, like the rest of your night. It's up to you where you want to put the energy. And taking a step back in life, when you live life by reacting to things, meaning when things come to you, you take them as they are. In my experience, I found that it makes life much more enjoyable. And there's a movie, what is it called? Soul. One of my favorite movies. I've watched it like 3 times, but I feel like that's what that movie was about, was like really appreciating life more and appreciating the little moments. And I don't know any of the characters' names, but that's what you see with the protagonist. Like, there's a scene where like the leaves fall down, and then like they're talking about life, and like leaves fall down and it hits the ground. But if you catch it, like, it's never going to hit the ground. And I kind of view like situations or things that happen to me as that. So it's like something happens to you, that's the leaf falling down the tree, falling from the tree, whatever. And then it's up to you if you want to put your energy to that leaf, if you want to catch it. But then once you catch it, you have it in your hand, and you're not going to let it hit the ground. You're not going to let it pass. You're not going to let it go. You're not going to surpass the situation. You're not going to be at peace. So, yeah, like, when you go through life, don't go with expectations everywhere you go. Really just live like, that's really also how to appreciate every moment, I guess, or even the smaller moments in life is having that big perspective of life is full of random things. Good, bad, ugly, like those are just, that's life. That's literally just life. So take that step back, have that bigger perspective. I know I was going to talk about fulfillment too. I guess I could touch on that, because it does go hand in hand. I feel like, me personally, let's say throughout high school, and then, no, even like 2 years back, let's say, like working at a retail job, right? I would go into work most days, I'm not gonna lie, most days, and be like, damn, I hate this job. Like, I really want to get out of here. I want to go do my own thing, like follow my passions and stuff. And I failed to realize, like, that a retail job, which I still have, like I'm still working at a retail job, and this time with a new perspective, is like, this is life. Like, a lot of people work, most people work, everybody, bro, 99% of people. Like, I guess I was fantasizing, because me, like, as a kid, I always like wanted to get rich. I didn't want to like have a boss, things like that. And I still feel that way, which those are things I'm working towards. But I did have that perspective that I can't be happy until I achieve this, or I can't feel fulfilled until I do this. And you just have to see or think about like things that are fulfilling to you, because it's not going to be, there's multiple things that are fulfilling. And even, I don't know too much about the science or whatever, but as humans, things like social interactions with people, like what do they say, like humans are a social species or something like that. Going back to cavemen, like we were in tribes and whatever. So if you're somebody that's kind of, let's just say, introverted, and maybe you don't like going out, which I feel that box. I don't go out that often. But that was because, or that's because, I mean, maybe you don't really enjoy that kind of stuff, and I totally understand. But also, you kind of have to let things go, because a lot of times, especially if you have like social anxiety or you're really shy or something, that's because you're going into that situation with expectations. You're going, like, let's say there's a party you're invited to, but it's like, oh, I don't want to go. What if I like embarrass myself? That's already an expectation, and you're not going to enjoy it either way if you have the expectation going in. So drop your expectations. So, like, yeah, being with friends, family, that could be fulfilling. Being kind to other people, for me, that's probably the most fulfilling thing. And at work, especially, when I kind of flip that perspective of like, damn, I don't like working here. Like, this is just a temporary job. Like, I really want to get out of here and get rich and whatever. Like, I hate it. Having that mindset going into work makes work so much harder. And now, I don't necessarily go into work having a specific mindset, but my perspective already changed. My perspective and mindset changed already. So it's not something I'm actively thinking about every day as I go into work. But for example, for me, I have customers. I work in customer service. I get people the whole day. I'm working with customers. I started trying to interact with them more in a way that's not just like, hi, like, good morning. You got your receipt, like, because this is a basic transaction, right? And then boom, which is, I mean, that happens. But like, if I get people, like, if I see, I guess, the opportunity to talk with a customer more, or compliment them, whatever the case may be, even if it's like, oh, hey, nice shoes, hey, I like your shirt, oh my god, Mickey Mouse shirt, oh, I love Mickey, whatever, Disney. And they're like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, thank you so much, blah blah blah. I really like those interactions with people. um I find that very fulfilling for me, being kind where I can. Hey, do you want a water? We have a fridge, like we literally have a fridge of water, so sometimes I'll be giving them out water, and then they're like, oh yeah, I really appreciate that. And it's like those little things that, for me, that's very fulfilling. And I feel like being kind is a thing that is fulfilling for everybody. That's my opinion. Like, just as humans, just as people that we live on this earth, and we don't know where we came from and whatever, all this existential stuff. Having those positive interactions with people really fills your heart. And not to go too deep into the existential thing, I think I'm like at 20 minutes right now. I'm gonna cut this short, but there's a lot of bad stuff going around in the world. There's wars going on all the time. So many things, politics, whatever the case may be. Like, people are always going up against each other, and it's sad to see. And so I've thought about that too. Like, I feel like as a kid, I feel like everybody is like, oh, I want to make the world better. And at least that's how I was. And I still want to do that. I want to do my part. And that starts in your immediate vicinity. That starts in your house with your family. And then work, your friends, everybody who's around you. Like, I want to be a blessing to people, and I want to be able to bless others. And that's what I found fulfilling. So sit down and think about that. Go for a walk. Go for a walk in nature or wherever. And just think about that. Think about what fulfills you. Think about if happiness is really something you should be chasing, or maybe it's peace. And also be aware throughout your day of the expectations you have and how those affect you and affect your mind, your mindset, your emotions. Think about those things and let me know in the comments after you thought about it. Thank you for watching. As always, thanks for being here. Happy Halloween. It's November now, so let's get ready for Christmas.